Welcome to Innovate, presents Entrepreneurs in Tech. Today, we're delighted to have a good friend and amazing guest from the other side of the world, Dariush Soudi. Dariush, welcome and great to have you on the podcast. And let me just give you a small introduction. Dariush, also an author, an amazing speaker, and a founder of the Gladiator Summit, which is coming up soon in October, if I'm not mistaken, in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. And also, he is the CEO and founder of Arena Capital. Darius, thank you for joining us.
I'm honored.
I usually say for our guests not being familiar with you, please introduce yourself. In this case, everybody knows who Darius is, and if you don't, you must be living under a rock. So please give us a small introduction before we dive into this amazing, exciting, long anticipated interview.
Wow, Bob, a lot to live up to. Thank you so much. Um, I think, irrespective of my name, my location, where I am, what I've experienced as an entrepreneur has been a roller coaster ride that when people listening to your podcast will resonate with. So, the best way I can describe it is that I had a tough childhood. My father passed away at 3, and then my grandfather took care of me. And at the age of 7, he passed away, all in front of me, and I experienced death too early. So I started valuing time more than most people. I started valuing family members. Like I remember at school, people say, "Where's my old man coming to pick me up?" And I was like, "At least you have an old man. Don't call me your father and enjoy." So, um, cherishing moments and time, it just became something. So, looking back now, I was thinking I was either blessed or cursed. But as an optimist, I would say maybe it was a blessing. We all get to lose our family members sometime, but there was a reason this happened to me. And I'm dyslexic. 1977, we moved 78. We moved to England from Iran. I'm Iranian born, and
Mhm.
didn't speak a word of English. People thought I was stupid, and I realized later on I was dyslexic. I knew I wasn't stupid because I could uh, calculate numbers very well, and then got into
Oh,
sales. Always an entrepreneur. I've been fired from I can't remember how many jobs I've been fired from. I had more jobs than I can remember. But then I made around $100 million business, having 7 health clubs in the UK. And
amazing.
2008, I was quite famous. I got attacked at my house with my children in the house at knife point. And through the fear of losing them, I sent my children to Dubai, to where I felt it was safe. A few months later, I had a heart attack. And I was very honest. I've never thought about selling the business. I told the future buyers that I was going to sell it. They pay me deposit. They didn't pay the balance 90%. The tax man came after me. I was leveraged. The bank came after me. I lost everything in less than a year.
So we're talking about the seven the gym that
Health club.
the health club or
Health club.
fitness that you had 7 locations.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
$100 million business.
Yes.
You wanted
I
to
had,
sell it.
yes.
You got
I think,
deposit.
35,000 members.
Wow,
Huge.
and it's all gone. All
All
gone.
gone. All gone
You didn't
in
make
less
a
than a
profit
year.
out of it.
Less than
Wow.
and I had a heart attack. So the shock of it all, I think I was always humble. I was always polite and courteous, but you think you're invincible. And then the universe has a way of just like bringing you back down to earth. So 2009, I came to Dubai with $700 or $750 in my pocket. Three
With a
children,
family, not alone.
three
Wife
children.
and
They
kids.
hadn't got to school for 6 months. I lived in a maid's room. I drank 2 coffees and ate a sugar donut a day. That was my diet. So
After a heart attack.
after the heart attack, and then I built it all again, and I can share with you how and whatever. But
Yes,
I,
this is the amazing part. Like, what have you been through from your childhood to
yeah,
your adult life,
yeah,
and how you managed to bounce back
the
and back on your
desire,
feet.
the
And you weren't
desire.
alone. You weren't alone. If somebody else say, "Hey, I'll sleep on
I
the
had no
sidewalk.
help.
I don't care."
No, I had. Do you know what it was? Maybe my children were my inspiration. That I had to come and look at their eyes, and they hadn't gone to school for 6 months, and it was just embarrassing. Yes. And I remember being alone. I've never had any help from anybody, but in meetings, I was thinking all the time, if my kids were here now, would they be proud of the way I'm behaving? So I gave them to be, I think subconsciously made them to be my judge in the way I behaved. So I always behaved good and worked hard. And I was always the hardest worker in town. And just to let you know, about 4 years ago, I was talking in New York and then Nashville, Tennessee. And I actually in Nashville on stage, I had a heart attack, my second one. And they all want to go out for a drink, but I was looking at my watch, and he said like my heartbeat is 190 beats a minute. So I checked my to the hospital myself, and they said you've had a major heart attack.
Oh my
And
God.
I checked myself out. I said I've got commitments. So I did another talk in New York, flew back to Dubai. I had a commitment for the weekend to speak. I went to the hospital on a Friday. They said you've had a major heart attack. If you don't do something about it, you're going to die. I said, but I got commitments. So I did my two talks. Monday, I had a triple bypass, and I'm here to tell
This
you that
Monday?
story. No, 4 years ago.
4 years ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a second.
So
This guy's a Superman over
basically,
here. He's
so
not just a
basically,
gladiator. He's beyond that.
but during the heart attack, I was doing a talk in Nashville. But the idea is that a gladiator and the gladiator's principles are still existing, but people have gone soft. Okay,
You know
and I
what? You
think
earned it. You absolutely
yes,
earned it. Yes, you
yes. So
really did.
I
I'm
am a
gonna get you a
living
T-shirt. It
gladiator.
says on it Gladiator. When you
Yeah.
come to Houston, I'm gonna give you a T-shirt, and you have to wear it on stage. Yes,
Yes.
you're a
Thank you.
true gladiator. Absolutely, my
You
friend.
know what is, Bob? I look at the gladiators out there in the marketplace who are coaching people, inspiring people, and a lot of them are shout, screaming, swearing, and I'm not that guy. I'm
You
not that
took it
guy.
out of my. That was my next question. What is the secret? You're so calm. You still bring in the message. You're able to transform the
Yeah.
message and let the other person listen and understand. And you put a lot of logic to it, but you're very calm. And a lot of them are okay. They curse a little bit and they use a lot of emotions. And they say that's how you have to be. You got to be emotional. You got to show them that you're serious and this and that. But I listen to a lot of your interviews, a lot of your podcasts, a lot of very calm, very subtle. You don't need
I'm
to do that. You
I'm
just make sure the message
I'm
is there.
so competitive. I'm so competitive. I say my motto is that they can love you, they can hate you, but they can never tolerate you. Okay,
Yes.
so don't frigging tolerate me because I'm here to win. And
Yes.
but you don't have to bully someone because if you bully someone, the relationship doesn't last because
Hmm.
that emotion, the feeling the other person has in their room isn't positive, right? When people meet me or anybody else they never met before, they're thinking, we call it internal dialogue, is would I like this guy back in my office again? Do I want him? Is he going to add value to my life? And if my energy is good, they'll sign up. They want me back. And all your listeners, your energy has got to be optimistic because you're there solving other people's headaches. You should be
Yes.
there solving other people's problems. And the bigger the problem you fix, the more money
Yeah.
you earn.
Absolutely. Darish, what is the most common, I would say, struggle or challenges right now? A lot of the younger generation that facing. Some of them, what to do. Should I continue school? I have to be an entrepreneur. Is there a big misconception of the word entrepreneur and being motivated? If you're not an entrepreneur, you're a loser. No. Is there like a big confusion, a misconception of the whole thing? A lot of the younger generation, I think they facing that. And that's why they say 90% of a lot of these entrepreneurial ideas or startups fail. And there's a reason behind it.
Yes. I
So,
think, thank you. Great question. Um, I think going back generationally, not this particular
yeah.
young entrepreneur generation, the biggest reason why people fail is because they have very low self esteem and self worth.
Mhm.
So they hit a target and earning and they self sabotage because they don't think they're worth anymore. And that's really
Self
sad
sabotage.
because as
Well, that could
humans,
be something the way they grow up. You take
it's
it
the
back
upbringing. We
or
don't
from
think that
home
as a
upbringing.
child.
Uh-huh.
Mommy, I want to be an astronaut. Oh, come on, you'll never be an astronaut. I want to be a president. Then you'll never have a black president, or you'll never have a woman president. Oh, yeah, money doesn't grow on trees, and rich people are bad people, and all those negative associations with money. End of the day, money is energy, and you have to love that energy because you attract it. So now I feel people have got soft because I put in advertisement for a vacancy, and
Yeah.
100 people email or WhatsApp our company their CVs, cut and paste. I'm looking for a salesperson, graphic designers, engineers. It's just too easy to machine gun things. And
Yes.
if you don't work for it, if you don't pay, you don't pay
Yeah.
attention, right?
Hmm.
So if they're not earning it, I often compare it to dating. You know, the dating is gone. So you sit in your ass in your couch and you sweep right, sweep left, and you can have a date tomorrow. What effort are you going to put into that date to make it work? Because it's like a revolving musical chairs. There's somebody else the day after, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
in my humble opinion, too many young people want a lot, but they're not prepared to be consistent and put effort into it. And they
Uh,
don't appreciate it, they don't value it. But here's the thing: 99.9% of people who made it work damn hard consistently over a period of time. Now, society, like if you open up a bank account, your bank manager tells you, did you know 88% of people go bust after the first year? Right? You come to me, you're not going to have a business that's going to lose money. It's just a different mindset. You're just going to battle every single day, expecting to win, not expecting to lose. Dust yourself down, start all over again. If you were a gladiator, your life depended on it, would you go and see how the battle goes? You'd be dead.
yes.
And I'd rather have a
Yes.
quick death, like 2,000 years ago, than a slow one. Every single day being defeated and humiliated and rejected and being told that's okay. It's not okay.
Darius, uh, I mean, you are the best example, I would say, for being having that mindset. So I don't want to go back. I'm just going to go back for a bit.
Certainly.
You came from the UK.
Yes.
You broke. You had $700. You had a wife and kids.
Health
You lost your
changed.
business.
Health
Your
was bad.
health, your mental even strength is gone
Yes.
because I lost everything I worked hard for. I could have
Yes.
been a millionaire, and the money's gone.
Yes.
You came to a new country, different language,
Yes.
traditions, just a whole setup, and
Bobby was
you
worse.
got to.
Bobby was worse. The people
Oh,
who the people who attacked me at my house got caught by the police. They
in
went
the UK.
in the UK. They went to court and they all got 6 months house arrest. When they were in house arrest, not even jail time, when they were in house arrest, because you know what they said to the judge? They said they did a plea deal with the police. So no matter how many times I turned around, I didn't even put my case forward. And while they were having house arrest, they started an internet campaign to stalk me and ruin my name. So
Oh my
everywhere you
God.
went, there were websites saying I'm a pedophile, I have 10 wives, the Interpol's after me, and I will meet you and you decide to do business with me. You do some Google searches, and the idea, can I swear, you'd be like, if there's enough shit on the wall, some of it must be true, right? And
Unbelievable.
I had that battle to face and justify myself. It was
Yes.
exhausting.
And you had
Exhausting.
and you had to start your life. You couldn't
Yes.
give up. You couldn't just scroll up and die and say, hey,
Burn all my
there's
bridges.
others depending on you.
Yes.
But what kind of amazes me that you needed help, but
Yes.
you started a business in the business they call helping people. This is your business. I'm in the helping people business.
Yes. Because
That's what you
nobody
do.
was there for me. Nobody was there for me.
So
And
how do you transfer all of that to say, you know what, I need help, but you know what, I'm going to help others and become successful at it.
thank you. I believe in the energy of the universe, and I know that whatever you put out, you get back. So sometimes people
Correct.
go, "Why are you helping this person? They cannot afford to pay you." But somewhere along the way, now it's the case that I can't because I don't have the time, right? But before it was selective. But then now I know somewhere along the way, the universe pay that person gets a job somewhere else, and they recommend me to the CEO, and suddenly they come and sign me up. So always the universe has been kind to me and paid me back for my kind deeds. But somewhere along the way, I'll go on holiday, I'll go on a course, and people will come and say, what was consistent, but they come and say, thank you for your energy. I really appreciate you being here. I'm like, well, I didn't speak to you. They said, oh, you were back of the room, but your energy was special. I thought maybe that's my gift, right? And everybody has a gift. And my gift is to inspire people. And I'll give you a quick story, Bob. About 12 years ago, I went to Iran and my grandmother wasn't, no, it was 20 years ago. My grandmother wasn't well. And somebody said, do you want to go to this city and see your grandfather and your father's grave? I said, sure, why not? So when we turned up, about 50 people came to shake my hand. And the last time I was in Iran was 1978, right? And I was like, why are these people here to shake my hand? They said, because as a respect to your grandfather, he
Hmm.
helped them, he helped their parents, and they come to pay homage and respect to you. And I thought, oh my God, this is the legacy I want to leave behind. Because my only inspiration in life is my kids, right? Because I feel that's all you leave behind. And if their kids and their kids' kids can have a library of my values online
Hmm.
and somebody to aspire to, maybe I can, have a positive legacy for them. So when I die, maybe a few thousand people will show up and remind my children that their dad was a good guy. And that's my inspiration.
So it's all about a mindset. Mindset is
Or
everything.
85% mindset, 10% habits, 5% skill.
Amazing. I don't want to jump off the rail, but
Please do.
it seems like Dubai is the new American dream. The what do you call it? The Dubai dream. You know what they say? Come to America. I want to build. I want to. You meet somebody, say yes. This guy, he's the American dream. He came in with nothing, from a different country, never
Uh,
spoke the language, and he
no,
made
because
it.
lots of people
But
come and
it's
leave. They
uh
don't
huh.
make it. In my last summit, we had two or three speakers who came over. They saw a room of 1,000 people getting all excited, and they thought this Dubai business is paved with gold. Yeah, the streets are paved with gold. They stayed. 3 months later, they were all back because
What's the difference between them and a person like you who came with nothing,
I worked
with
hard.
problems and health?
There's
Work
no
hard.
sense of entitlement. I didn't feel I was entitled to nothing. And these guys came in, they thought, oh, I stand on Darish's stage, and now I've got all these people excited. They're all going to come and buy from me. I'm going to make loads of money. And here, by the way, in Dubai, you don't pay tax. And it's all going to be tax free. And they didn't make it because you still have to work your ass off. Now, in Dubai, in the US, you had gold reserves. Okay. You had oil, you had precious metals, you had wood, so you could actually farm the land. Here, there's nothing. The oil ran out years ago. The ruler of this country has made the whole world come here and trade equally. The
Absolutely.
local population is only 12%. So let's say if it's in America, it would be that Americans are only 12%, then 88% are foreigners. Can you believe a country? And there's total
Unbelievable.
peace, harmony, infrastructure,
Safety.
safety. Amazing. Now, as an American citizen, you will have to pay tax because that's your rules. However, you could come here, we could help you to set up an organization, your corporation, earn the money, and only pay 10% corporate tax.
Unbelievable.
I'm helping lots of my American wealthy clients to come here and open up a business. And here's the thing, Bob. Some of my investments that I guide people are earning in between 24 to 30% a year.
You're kidding me.
A year. Guaranteed.
Unbelievable.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. In America or Europe, where I come from, you're lucky to get 4% a year.
Oh
And
yeah. Yeah.
inflation's running at 9.
As they say in America, the only two things are guaranteed: health, death, and taxes.
Taxes, yeah. Yes. But you can pay 10% tax and earn 24 30% out of your income. So you're winning. But the majority of people do not have financial education. That's really sad. If you want to go to some of these hedge funds in New York, you have to have minimum $50 million to earn that
Oh
kind of
yeah.
money. It's so
Absolutely.
unfair for the masses.
Yes.
But
Certain private banking, I think in the States here, a friend of mine who does that.
yeah,
Minimum, he told me $25 million.
yes,
Minimum.
yes.
Yes.
Here we work with the organization to, it's a land of you can do if you work hard. A lot of people don't come to Dubai to find love or spirituality. They come to earn as
Hmm.
much money as possible and go. Now, if you come here and you're honorable, you have great values, people value you and they want to do business with you. And
Hmm.
um, I like to think when somebody comes to my office, when I had a heart attack, I wrote my values down and my boundaries. So I show people and I share people my boundaries and values. Say, does this adhere to your values? Yes. If you make a mess, I'll fire you. And I fire clients when they're not respectful to my staff because respect is really important in my values list of values. Speed is really important. If they think if I'm acting fast, I'm desperate. We agreed that you're going to appreciate my speed of doing things because I think life's too short. Why wait 6 months to get this done when we can do it
Yes.
tomorrow?
You mentioned something. You said, you got to work hard. Hard work,
Yes.
no entitlement. It doesn't matter what you have, what kind of education, you still got to work hard. So the main ingredients, still, they say, oh, we live in a tech age now. Everything is different. You don't have to work hard. It's still the basic rule to make it. What are you saying?
Bob,
you got to work hard. There's
how
no ifs and buts, no
how many
excuses.
years have you been doing in interviews?
Myself, not long. I'm not gonna lie, not long. I started this last, I would say, October of 2023, and I so far between both podcasts, I've done about over 150.
Okay,
I do,
I'm
yes.
telling that's hard work.
Yes, believe
That's
me, for
hard work.
free. Doing podcasts is not something. So I'm gonna start making. No, no, you're doing it for free to get your name out there,
It's
to
that
create
hard work,
relationships.
consistency.
Yes, they said the word, being
Yeah.
consistent. Yes.
Majority of people after 5 podcasts they quit.
Hmm.
Okay. So in my mind, I respect you so much for 150 podcasts. And you don't have to. You don't
No,
have to.
no,
It's for
no.
free. Yeah, you're adding value all the time. And unfortunately, majority of people think they can do 5 or 6 and then they expect results.
I believe before you ask, you have to give something. Give, and if it doesn't come back, it's okay. It come back later from somebody else. It just,
Always give.
you have to give, yes, but give first.
Yes.
And to me, the knowledge, the inspiration I get just talking to you and talking to others every day, different stories. It tells me you have no excuses. You just got to keep going forward. I can't even make up an excuse anymore.
The
There's no
reason
way.
the reason people love you because they feel your authenticity and they feel that you speak from the heart. When you speak from the heart, you go to the heart and you
Yes.
touch people's hearts and they remember you and they love you and they give you loyalty.
Dariush, what separates a person from somebody who gets up every morning? It doesn't matter if he slept 4 hours last night, he finished work late, he's still up, big smile, showered up, smelling great, and just go by his day again or her day. Every day, in and out, no excuses, no time for sad stories. Another person, excuses, 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 procrastination. Oh, no, I can't. No, he's well connected. No, he comes from money. They come from money. No, what separates that? Is it as simple as a thin line that we can kind of get rid of it, and others could say, you know what? Yes,
You know,
please.
Bob, in my opinion, even if you're in love with someone and you live with your life loved ones for all your most of your adult life, or you're in a big family or whatever, we are all born alone
Hmm.
and we die alone.
Correct.
And studies show that majority of people, um, their comment before death is that they lived uh, a life to other people's expectations. They didn't live an authentic life. Okay, so what they were sailing boats. They went where the wind blew. Okay, and I say to people, you're gonna die. Here we don't pay taxes, but you are gonna die. Before I have a video and I'll send you, and it's like a guy and a lady walking on a pavement, and they look up, and the piano is just about to land on their head, and they say,
Hmm.
before you die, your life flashes in front of you, and you don't remember bad things. The funny thing is, people don't remember bad. They remember good things that happen in their lives. The question is, do you want to have a wow life or do you want to have a, ooh, I could have done better? Okay.
Yes.
So I want to have a wow life when I dictated the music. And then when that time comes, I've got no frigging music left in me. I've gave it all I had. And most people listen to the noise, dance to other people's tunes, and they're a sailing boat. They go where the news takes them. They go where the politicians take. I know we're not supposed to talk about that stuff. They go wherever the wind blows, so they become victims, right? You either take charge of your life when you see that iceberg coming, or you're going to be a slow ship changing and you're going to hit the iceberg and sink, or you're going to move around and the next iceberg, or you move again, but you're going to get to your destination and look back and go, wow, what a frigging life before that piano hits you on your head.
Um, I'm sure you're aware
And
of
that
the
piano's coming.
red.
That
Yeah.
piano's coming, right?
Yes. True. True. You're aware of the theory of red car theory. It's like I don't see red cars, but
The moment you
wherever
get
you
one,
but the minute you start focusing your vision, they say, it depends where you channel your vision.
yes.
You channel on negative, you'll find negativity. Bad people, you'll find bad people. On positivity, you'll find education. So, and many years ago when I was a kid, my dad gave me that advice, and I didn't understand. He's like, you can find anything you want. You want to
right?
find this, you'll find that. You're going to find people who drink and do drugs, you'll find plenty. You want to find people who focus, work hard. And I didn't get it till later in life. It's like he's right. It's like where everything is around you and you can separate yourself. Oh, I'm being influenced by negative people. No, you can, it's just where your mind at.
Yes.
And if anybody could speak about it, is you. It's how do you channel your mind and vision towards positivity and success and growth?
There's negativity all around me. Like today, I was doing this session, and these people were talking about, before they started saying, in today's world. I'm like, what is today's world? What does that mean?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Don't give me market research on today's world,
Yes.
right? Own it. What is your experience? Right? Don't start. Oh, one was a lawyer. Us lawyers. I'm like, don't speak on behalf of all lawyers, right? Your problem is yours. Own it, then you can change it. But if you become part of a union of a greater problem, then you're actually detaching responsibility, you're abdicating responsibility. And whatever happens in your life is meant to happen at the exact amount that is supposed to happen. So if it's painful, that's what you deserve right now. Okay. And there's a reason for it. You will always look back at the winters of your life and you know why you're going through spring and summer.
hmm It's like you turn on the TV, which is I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV for a long time, and negative news, wars, this economy's down, real estate a crash coming, this and that, and you look at the other side, and you'll say, wait a second, these investors and these billionaires, they're not silly buying land and building and
Yes,
cranes everywhere, whether it's in Miami or it's here in Texas or it's in New York or it's in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Saudi
yes,
Arabia.
yes.
Yeah, there is, but there's two sides of it. And just where you focus your attention on. Yes, there is growth, there is success, there's
During,
people giving birth, there is new
yes,
things happening.
during downtime, more people make money than ever before because the rich buy cheap and they know life's a cycle and they make money. In Dubai, when there was recession, fancy showrooms were opening on our highways everywhere. And I'm like, there's no shortage of Lamborghinis. Lamborghinis are sold out. Bentleys are
They
sold out.
literally grow on trees there. The,
Yeah.
the theory of growing on
Believe
trees,
me,
they do.
Ferraris, Bentleys, Aston Martins, Rolls Royces, they're all sell out worldwide. There's more wealth being created than ever before, right? But the thing is, greater forces don't want you to be successful because the greater powerful forces want to have the masses who work hard, sell their time, pay taxes, and die working for the
Do
rich.
we gravitate towards negativity and sadness?
The thing is,
Is it something inside us?
I'm not going to go into religion. Really, I'm not. But I
No, no.
believe.
I said, do we gravitate towards?
I'll explain.
Do
I'll explain. I believe God's within us. Okay, the
Mhm.
power of the universe is we have the reason the difference between me and a dog is that I have a choice. I make choices based on my experiences. Now, 10,000 years ago, when we were farming and we had wheat and stuff like this or rice, we will protect it against potential bad weather or invasions from other people. So by nature, we are hoarders. We are protecting, right? So abundance. This came to me only like a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, I shouldn't get frustrated with people who are negative and they're looking at just saving and keeping and stuff because that's our natural state, right? Abundance is not a natural state. Abundance only came into our lives 120, 100 years ago. Before that, we had to be careful all the time about attacks, diseases, everything. So to live in scarcity is a natural state. To live in abundance is an unnatural state that you have to work at. Now, you see what
Mhm.
happens if I show you this cup. People say it's either half empty or half full, okay, or
Yes,
two-thirds full. My
yes,
cup, my glass is over frigging flowing. My glass is
yes.
overflowing with optimism
Always full.
and
Yes.
yes, not just full, it's freaking overflowing. And if you really want to help people, fill your own glass first. Don't
How?
help people on an empty glass.
Yes, Darish. How important it is for people to evolve, reinvent themselves, adapt,
Yes.
change. Don't be afraid of changes. I'm sure you heard it. Oh, AI is coming. AI is taking over. We're gonna just be sitting home. We're gonna vegetate, and AI gonna run companies. Gonna and somebody else says no. There's a great example. Somebody said, hey, there's something called vehicles many years ago,
Yeah.
and I have a horse and a carriage. What do I do?
Yeah, I was going to bring this
Again,
up. You
that's
beat me
it.
to it. Yes.
Yes, the car, yeah, there's something called a new invention called vehicles. I'm not going to have a job anymore. The
Yes.
car's going to take over.
All these
No,
horses.
car's not
What
going to
about
take
what
over.
about
It's the
the
person who learns how to drive the car. He's the one who's going to take your job, not the car.
absolutely
So the person knows how to
creating
operate AI.
creating wealth is going to get
Yes.
easier with AI and the other way around. I am going to take advantage of this incredible moment in time to make sure we access the wealth that's all over the world easier and faster and fix people's headaches at a drop of a hat. Because AI, do you know, I was the other day, I was thinking before AI, I was thinking the other year, I was thinking, God, I missed that internet opportunity to make billions. What's the next? AI? AI
Yes.
is the next. You know what?
So many new entrepreneurs being born, so many opportunities.
Imagine you were a yellow page salesman, okay?
Yes.
And then the internet came on, right? Internet created Amazon. 1.6 million people work for Amazon, but the yellow pages salesman struggling. When these when Walmart came, people worried about jobs, that the
Yeah.
corner shop's going to go bust. Now people are getting food far cheaper, competitive, and Walmart employs 2.5 million people. There you are.
Absolutely.
My two pennies
Yeah,
worth.
no, just as I said, people are afraid of change. It seems like we are a species of habits. We don't want to change. We like things to be the way it is.
If
We
your
oh
viewers and your listeners, sorry, I interrupt. There's a bit of a time lag, so
no,
I apologize
no,
if I interrupt.
no,
Um,
please. That's what we're here for.
we
Please, a
are.
gladiator.
Thank
I'm an
you,
honored. I'm really honored to
thank you,
sit here. I was going to say in the same room, but we're not
thank you.
in the same
Well,
room.
my
But
10-year-old son is in hospital, and he's having a lung infection, and he's been in hospital 3 days. But I was not going to cancel our interview because I gave you my word, and it's an honor to be here. So thank you so much, right?
well,
And and I want people to value you, right? Because you could be. We all, you know what it is, Bob. We all carry pain. I covered this morning. We all carry pain. We kind of nod and smile, but inside us, we got hurt, a history of hurt and pain. And if you give it all you've got and you try to help people through their pain, and you will prosper. You will prosper.
absolutely.
Okay.
Well, first of all, our prayers and wishes with your son, and I hope he'll have a speedy, healthy recovery. Really
Thank
do.
you. Thank you so much.
And I know, I wouldn't take any longer of your time.
It's fine. Are we good for time? How long do we have?
Yeah, we are good. I just
Yeah.
you. If you have to
You're
leave,
saying
or
we
if
have
we
15 more minutes. So let's go. No, no,
okay,
no.
yes,
No, I'm
yes,
good. I'm going to go to
absolutely.
the hospital, but I'm just
Gr-
saying a
Yes,
gladiator's word is his honor, right? And I
yes.
value you. I value you so much, and I have
Same here, my
zero
friend.
regrets. Okay.
Listen, I mean, a person like yourself could say, you know what, I'm gonna kick back and just go in the sun, in the sunset. I mean, you have a beautiful beaches in Dubai, just relax and easy. But constantly, I open LinkedIn, any social media, every day. I said, this guy doesn't stop.
Well,
He
I
does
do
not
actually. I
stop.
do stop. What happens is I build a
When?
library.
When you go to sleep at night for some
I build
hours.
a
That's
library
it.
of content, and then we share it through a period of time. The fact is that okay, here's the difference between
What
myself
keeps
and
you going?
here's the difference between Elon Musk and myself, apart from
Yes.
300 billion dollars, is that he makes better use of his time. Okay, so rich, successful, wealthy people make better use of their time. Poor people sell their time. Okay, so what I try to do, I try to
Wow,
get
that's
them.
amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Poor people sell their time.
Yeah, and
Yes.
they're limited to 24 hours a day, right? So
Yes.
you'll never get rich selling your time. So with me, I try to get the most out of my time. So I don't hang around, waste time. That's another one. This is a good one. You never save time. You never save time because time is a current that's constantly flowing, but you can waste time. Okay. So people
So
say,
would we
"Oh,
say
I'll
time
do
is the
this."
most expensive commodity?
Exactly, but it's constantly moving. All we are doing is paddling against a moving current, okay, to create amazing memories. And the more memories we have, the better life that we live. And unfortunately, not many people focus on creating amazing memories because that's all we take with us.
They say health, can lose, gain weight, money, you can make, you can lose, anything. You can trade. But
Yes.
the only thing you cannot buy is time. I will bring back. It doesn't matter how wealthy, how strong, how much how much ideas you have or the capability, unless you're a magician to bring time back. But
You
once
do
it's
quite well
gone
if you were
forever.
that kind of magician. But
Yes.
um, one of my friends of my family, he's 90, I think, and he suffered from Alzheimer's. Then he went and had some oxygen therapy and stem cells, and thank God he's doing better. But he's worth about $5 billion. And we went to see him recently, and he looked at me and went, Dariush, see all that work, and look at me now. And
Wow.
he's failing in health and sad, really, really sad. He spent all his time building wealth for himself, and now nothing. Skeleton.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Didn't
skeleton.
enjoy it. Couldn't enjoy it with
Yeah,
anybody. Wow. Wow.
yes, yes.
So nothing wrong with working hard, but you say also take time to enjoy life. Breathe. Take a breathe.
Every,
Look around you.
be passionate in everything you do. You know, my biggest regret in life is that when I was building my first business, I missed my first two kids growing up. You know,
Wow.
nothing should have compensated for that. And now they're adults and they're very successful adults. I miss having my daughter on my shoulders. I miss taking my son to football, soccer, as you call it, at weekends. Although he works for me every day, but he's bigger than me. I want to kiss him on his lips, and I want to change his diapers again. And I missed out on that, right? And I'm blessed to have two younger children. One of them, I said, is in hospital, but not everybody's got that blessing. So make every moment count.
Hmm. You said something the other day. I was watching one of your clips, and you said, you know, be thankful and grateful for what you have. It doesn't mean take your vision off into what you want and what you want to get and accomplish, but still be thankful, not regretful, thankful and appreciative for what you have.
I, do- I can't use regret because I attracted everything that bad that happened to my life. So how can I regret it, right? I created it. I take ownership. I thank that I'm alive still. I thank God that I can help thousands or millions of people around the world. It still is. I have to pinch myself. Literally, millions of people around the world. It's incredible. And you have this what's it called, imposter syndrome. Yes, they think is this really happening to me? And you just have to live in gratitude because when you live in gratitude, you don't complain about anything. When I wake up in
Hmm.
the morning, I swear to you, Bob, I go, I'm alive. Whoa, what a day I'm going to have because it's a bonus.
Yes,
And
yes.
this feeling, to be honest with you, comes to you more when you get older because the days ahead of you are shorter than the days behind you. So you got less days ahead of you than you have behind you. So you value those days more.
They always say, don't be jealous of others, be inspired. And that's a really a key important thing if making it in life and going forward.
Do you know,
When you, yes,
you're absolutely right, Bob. In England, I used to have Ferraris, okay, and
yes.
they were either keyed. One day, I came out of a restaurant and somebody pooped on my bonnet of my car. I
In
saw
the
it
UK.
in England, yes, and they were keyed. You know, they get a key and key it all the time, and so I just gave up on. By the way, the poop leaves an acid mark on the bonnet, so although we had it removed, it stayed there forever, right? So, so here in Dubai, they take photographs with you. So it's that mentality of can do. So it's possible for nations to be inspired by wealth, but somewhere along the way, jealousy is rampant in the West. I don't know why. I think people are tired of paying taxes and don't know where it's going. I think the change it doesn't happen enough. And here I can't tell you, Bob. They build a bridge. They build a bridge, and they realize that the bridge isn't that really good. Or it's the right spot. They knock it down. A month later, they got a bridge behind your building.
Wow.
In the West, it takes 10 years to decide to build a bridge. Then they have to justify the money for it. And then another 30 years to build one that's horrible looking and concrete. Here, they actually invest time to make the bridge look beautiful, right?
Do
They
you think
care.
that's the entitlement mentality that
Yes.
I see it a lot here
Yes.
every day?
100%.
And
100%. Why do you think the West, and by the way, I think of myself as British, okay? Why do you think that the immigrants do so well because
Yes.
they're prepared as minorities to do the jobs that us don't want to do because it's too belittling. Yes, because when you're a minority, and a lot of my followers are women and minorities, they work harder because there's no complacency. They just have to work harder to win in a white man's world. So if you're
So
a
they value their
minority,
time and every penny that comes
yes,
in.
you're a minority. You just have to work harder. Don't bitch about it. Work hard. That's the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Just work harder. Yes,
Hmm.
and I've always been the hardest worker in town. I've always been the hardest worker in office. Not the certainly not the strongest, the most attractive, or the smartest, but I've always been the hardest worker. And I always say, if you knock on enough doors, some idiot will buy your product. You're just not knocking on enough doors. And if you're a crap salesman, somebody will still buy your product, right? Now, if you can polish up your act, go on courses, learn things, sharpen your tools, you can be a lot more successful. But don't stop working hard.
Can we talk about this upcoming amazing event, the Gladiator Summit, that's going to be happening in October
Yeah,
in Dubai, United Arab Emirates in the Middle East?
yeah.
Please, let's talk about it. It's exciting. I read about it every day. I'm like so hyped and pumped. Love it.
Thank you. By the way, you'll be welcome to attend anytime. Just let me
Thank you.
know. I'll get you VIP front row seats. Done.
That's
Um,
it. I know. I want to be backstage. I want to be backstage. I
I'll
want to
get
hang out
you
with the man himself.
backstage, front stage, on the stage. Just name it. You're welcome. Thank you. First of all, I noticed to get on stage and you're an author, it really helps with your branding and your
Uh-huh.
authority goes up. So I've just actually come out with a book called. It's been launched 1st of October, and it's called The 12 Principles of the Modern Day Gladiator.
Ooh,
And
I like that.
thank you.
I like
I'll
that.
send you a digital copy today,
Yes,
if you like.
please.
And I'd
Please.
love you to
Yes.
give me feedback, please. Okay.
Oh, it'll be my honor.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And it's from the heart. It's my story. I share my vulnerabilities. Hopefully, people will enjoy reading it. Now, my teachings that I learned, because I remember what I learned from that experience, I try not to repeat them. I put it on a course, and until May of 2023, I was doing a course for about 100 people every 2 months. And I
Mhm.
was selling tickets for about $1,000 to $3,000. And it wasn't an easy sell because people don't tend to spend that kind of money on personal development. So I gave up and I thought, I don't need the money. I'm rich now and I don't have to keep giving. So, but then the phone kept ringing and people saying, when's your next event? And I thought, maybe my problem was that I was charging too much because I had to get on the phone and sell. So I reduced the prices and I called up a few of my friends who are world renowned speakers. And they all said, we'll come from the States, from Australia. And I had a meeting around the boardroom to my staff. I said, listen, I'm just going to hire this hotel for about 600 people. And my worst nightmare is I've got these speakers coming and nobody buys a ticket. Okay. Within 4 weeks, we sold out. And that
Wow.
day, 27th of April, was the most inspiring day I've ever seen. And people wouldn't go home. They were there till 9:30. We finished at 7. At 9:30, they're all dancing and it was incredible. And they all came and
Wow.
said, when's the next one? When's the next one? And I got excited, Bob. And the very next day, I went and put $400,000 down payment on a big hall of 2,500 people like you do as an
Amen.
entrepreneur. And then you need the AV, you need to sell the tickets, you need to sell the seats. I made a few calls. Now, on the 16th of November, we have 21 world renowned speakers coming on my stage. And now there were so many speakers coming that we got 16th and 17th. It's at the World Trade Center in Dubai. And literally the first day is 2,500 people. It's edutainment. It's a
My
show.
God, this is a mega event. This is really a
Mega,
mega. 21
mega.
speakers. Most of them the US or worldwide, most of the speakers.
Three from US, but the rest worldwide. Men, women,
Amazing.
everything. And
Oof.
it's all about giving and contributing. On the second day, if anybody wants to connect with the speakers or go on the courses or whatever, or buy the books or anything else, they can come on the 17th and engage. And we have some other speakers as well on the 17th. So the tickets are selling really well, although it's summer, but it's going to go through the roof now. So, and please, Bob, you're welcome to come. Have you been to Dubai before?
Many years ago, I would say 2004. I
Oh,
went there for the music awards.
well,
Yes, I
it's
was invited
nothing
to the music
like it.
awards.
It changed from
Oh,
last
I'm
year.
sure.
Yeah.
I heard. Believe me, I see, I watch, I hear. Yes,
Book your flights, come
unbelievable.
over and be my
Yeah,
guest.
I will. I will definitely do it. Thank you for joining us.
Rob, you're too
And
kind. You're too kind.
y-
You're too generous. I honor you and I salute you as a gladiator.
oh, I salute you as a gladiator.
Thank
Really,
you.
you are a true gladiator and a true entrepreneur who have been through it all.
Thank you.
Um, just we're going to thank our viewers and listeners at Entrepreneurs in Tech. Be sure to connect with us on socials and keep innovating. Stay curious and always think outside the box. And don't be afraid. Just go for it. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to share. Innovate presents Entrepreneurs in Tech podcast. And if you're joining us on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.